Ready? Are you ready?
I don't know if
Don't be scared.
Long adventure of Merlin Johnson's tow truck. Sucker. Little lawnmower battery.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh yeah. Hey guys, I just want to tell you we're super excited. We're open here at Welderup today, and we've taken safety precautions. We've got our spaces laid out so you can stand 6 feet apart. It's been cool. We've been seeing people come in. It's kind of nice to see Vegas come back to life a little bit. I've noticed in the last couple of weeks, the traffic flow is starting to build up. I mean, 4 or 5 weeks ago, coming to work, I was like the only guy on the highway, seriously. Now it's starting to really get packed again. We're starting to get like a little bit of a traffic jam. So Vegas is back and going. So if you guys are coming to Vegas, come by to the shop and check out what we got going. But what's really excited what we got going is this 57 Chevy today. So our previous video where we picked this thing and we got it out and we brought it to the shop, I cleaned it all out. I actually took a pressure washer to this thing and pressure washed all the old white paint off of this car. Now I knew this car originally was a black car, which is really cool because I mean, where do you find a black convertible 57 Chevy? It's pretty hard, especially with a number matching motor, frame, and body. It's pretty neat. This is all a number matching car, which probably won't last forever because, of course, I'm going to make this thing where I could drive it on the highway to California and back if I want. You know what I mean? But right now, we're going to go on phases. Phase 1 was picking the car. Phase 2 now is cleaning the car up and making it run. So today, what we're gonna do is take it in the shop. Merlin Johnson came all the way from Lake Havasu today, brought me a distributor, a radiator, a coil, a brake drum that I couldn't find. And we're gonna put it all together, try to get the brakes to work, and see if we can make this thing fire up today. So that's gonna be dropping a distributor in it, putting all the plug wires on it. The carburetor, I don't know, it's a hit or miss. Like these old carburetors actually will start working and it'll probably run on it. So today's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna see if it's gonna run. Once we get this car running on its own power and we see if it's gonna go into gear and drive, the next phase is probably gonna be a FiTech fuel injection system on this car. At that point, we're probably gonna leave the car for a little while. I just wanna drive it around Las Vegas like this. Windows broke out of it, rag top on it. I'm gonna probably put Mexican blankets over the seats and just drive it. Just have fun with it for a while. But with that fuel injection, it'll be nice to drive around town. It'll keep you from vapor locking and it'll make the car just so much more responsive. So I'm just gonna run the 283 and have some fun with it. And then once it goes to SEMA this year, which is what we're planning on doing, we're probably gonna take this thing completely apart again. Then it gets the late model chassis underneath it. We're gonna put a supercharged motor in it or pro-charged. And have fun with it. So it's gonna be a little while before we actually get it all done. But right now we want to get it running and I want to just drive it like it is. So let's get to work. Okay, so we brought the car inside the shop. I want to get it up in the air. I put some fresh gas in the tank. We're just sloshing it around to get all that little tar, because that old gas, what happens is it gets really tarry after it's been sitting there for probably 50 years. So we're cleaning it all up, draining the gas out of it, making it look a little bit better. We're gonna get some fuel through the fuel line before it goes to the carburetor, make sure it's cleaned out, because we want to try to have it run on its own. I think what we're gonna do is take the mechanical gas pump off and put on a electric fuel pump. Usually the diaphragms are shot in them old ones anyway, and it's not worth messing with. So we're just gonna put electric fuel pump on it, get some gas to the carburetor, drop the distributor in it, work on a couple other things that we need to do and make this thing run.
It's the hard way. Everything's the hard way.
You find something there, George? Yeah, little gasket. We need our pump. You want me to pull, I guess I could leave some of that hose that's on it.
Might not hurt. There we go.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
That's awesome. You ready to unplug it?
Ballast resistor is smoking.
The ballast resistor's got like so much oil and grease on it, it's burning it off. So surprisingly, this carburetor actually is not flooding out. Seals aren't looking bad right now. There's gas going into the carburetor. You can tell when you pump it. So other than that, the block is leaking water from every freeze plug on it, I think. So, but that's not going to hold us up from firing it up. That's for sure.
If we give that carburetor a minute, that accelerator pump will swell up. It's leather. I'm sure it'll pump. It'll work.
Oh yeah, it looks like they're just pumping fuel in there right now. I think it's going to be great. So we're going to check for spark. We're going to crank it over, see if we can get some spark. If we got spark, then shit ought to run. If the valves aren't completely stuck.
All right, why don't you hold this and I'll crank it. See if we got any spark.
Oh yeah, we got spark. Yeah, we got spark.
Days in park because we're ready.
Did you already jump it?
Yeah, it's jumped.
Okay, so me and Merlin got this thing fired up, runs with Kash. Actually, and had George help out.
He's gone.
He don't care. He's probably ready to lunch.
4 o'clock on Friday. They're all gone home.
Anyway, hey, you know what? This old 283 fired up. It's got a bunch of leaks. We got the freeze plugs are out of it. Transmission's leaking a little bit, but it does go into gear. It does run.
It doesn't stop.
It don't stop. We're gonna drive it anyway, because before we end this video, you need to see this thing drive on its own power, which is pretty cool.
The brakes are probably going to be just as much work as getting the engine running. And the engine was about a day.
Yeah. So realistically, we've got we got a little water in the motor somewhere, because we can see it kind of pumping up water
We have a
instead
freeze
of oil.
plug leaking. We have something leaking at the transmission. We have radiator hose
Carburetor
leaking.
was leaking.
The carburetor sealed itself up, and we need to put valve covers on it at some point.
Oh yeah, we're gonna drive around the block without valve covers. So yeah, we're gonna go cruise this thing and drive around. So, but what's really awesome is just to see this car actually run on its own power, and with this stock 283 power pack setup with a 4-barrel on it.
Whopping 200 horsepower.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's pretty worn out, so it might make 180.
I don't even think
Well,
it's
180 was a 2-barrel, right?
It actually doesn't smoke though.
No, it don't smoke. Fired right up. It's it's got instant throttle reaction. You just pump the throttle on this thing and it's ready to go. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to do any burnouts in it because I don't have any brakes, but
We might be able to put it up against the forklift.
that's true. I don't know. You never know. There might be.
I think we ought to not scratch the car up though. This
Yeah,
is
we
a
don't wanna
sexy
scratch it.
beast.
We're driving to 57. Okay guys, it is 5 o'clock in the morning. We're at the truck stop. We caught up with our camera crew, which is filming this right now. And we're on this long adventure of Merlin Johnson's tow truck. Okay, so listen, let me tell you something. When you hang out with Merlin, you never know for sure what's gonna happen. You better be ready to go. Have a little backpack ready to go at any given time with a crescent wrench and a screwdriver, because you never know what we're gonna get into. At this point right now, we're heading 200 miles from here into Utah to pick up a 1972 Chevy stick shift 4-wheel drive tow truck, which is really cool. Unfortunately, it hasn't been drove in probably
at least 15 years.
At least 15 years. So you know the tires are gonna come apart. It's gonna be 115 degrees today. Tires are gonna come off on the freeway. Fan belts are gonna come off. Radiator hoses are gonna blow out. It was in Utah, so it might be, if we're in Utah and we get onto the desert out here, we might even blow, yeah, we're gonna blow radiator hoses today. There's gonna be some shit go down. And so where we're standing right now, we need to be right back here at least by this time tonight. So follow along, it's gonna be insane. Tell the story, Merlin. Tell these people what happened. Why are we here? Why did we go through all this? Almost died. Jim drove us off the road today.
We're up here in Long Valley, Utah. There's like several little towns that connect this valley together. And there's been a few different gas stations come and go, but there's one that's been a pure survivor. And it was Roger Chevron. And he bought this damned old tow truck back in the 70s. And it's just cool as shit. It's a 72 Chevy, 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive. It's towed everybody I know, including myself and my father. And it got put into a repair shop as just kind of a workhorse to push cars around.
Right.
And I was able to make a deal and buy the damn thing. So I want to restore it and actually bring it back to what it was back in the 70s and 80s, the way I remember it, sitting in front of the Mobile, because it became a Mobile after a Chevron. But where else you can find where else you gonna find a 72 Chevy tow truck at?
Well, a 72 Chevy tow truck's one thing, but 4-wheel drive is another. That's what makes it really cool, and especially up here, because it snows up here.
And then something with history.
Yeah.
Like I grew up, that truck was the savior ass of everything in this valley. It was 4-wheel drive, dually on the rear. There wasn't anything it couldn't tow back in the day.
Right. And there's a lot of places to get stuck between the sand and the snow.
Yeah.
That truck, I'm sure, has pulled a lot of shit out of the ditch.
So somewhere back here in this alfalfa is this damn tow truck hiding.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go find this truck. The next step is it's gonna get crazy from here because we're gonna try to make a thing run. We're gonna probably drive it right out of here. Let's hope.
We're gonna drive it out of here.
And we're gonna drive it. If it makes it to the street, it's gonna make it to Vegas. So let's go do it. Well, ooh, we cut through here.
I don't know, where the hell is it?
I think it's right there.
This whole cabin's cool.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
That's
Look
a
at that
cool
truck.
shot. Look at that truck.
Dude, look at that thing all boomed up.
That is cool. It's got a really cool wrecker on it. We're gonna have to collapse that, huh?
Yeah, that's an old split boom.
Okay, careful walking through here. Go this way, I guess.
Half of the trailer house.
Here's another old Chevy. Look at the
Oh,
bump.
yeah,
look
look
at
at
the
this
bumper on this baby.
Camper
That's for
special.
your camper right there. Nice tailgate. Old GMC. Shit, this old truck's not in bad shape either. I know.
Colorado Kenworth.
They're all here. Look at that.
Good big block.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Camper special, big block with AC.
Dude.
GMC.
We might have to tow this one back with that one.
Well, I think we better get that one running first. Otherwise, we're going to be pushing it with this one.
Hey guys, look at this. This is really cool. This is an actual big block factory truck, air conditioned. Look at the condenser on this thing. There's enough copper in there to pay your house off.
No reason. And what made you want to get this truck specifically?
Well, it's kind of special to me because it's from my hometown. It's the hometown tow truck. You can barely see it on the door, but it says Rogers Service on here. And he owned the only repair shop gas station in all of this valley for years. He was the only one around that was fixing cars. And he was the first one to really have a towing service in the valley here. And this truck started it. This was his first tow truck. And it's just cool. It's towed me, it's towed my family, and I can't let it sit here. I have the ability to clean it up, restore this blue out of it, and get it looking good again, and that's my plan. That's what I want to do. I want to save it.
And I'm here just truly 100% for the thrill.
You're the moral support. Come on.
I'm just here for the thrill.
I'm here for the bees.
I mean, we're going to be broke down on the freeway. You know, you guys are going to be in the air-conditioned Corvette with holding hands with your heads on each other's laps. Me and Merlin are going to be out the window working on this thing.
Changing fuel lines.
Hey, I'd rather be in here than that Corvette.
No doubt.